Hi everyone, welcome back. Thank you for joining me again in my continuation of reading the Emergence series by writer Jason Gray. This one that I'm going to be reading this evening is called The Alpha and Omega Loop. It was originally posted on December 2nd. I am a little bit behind in catching up on these because he does post multiple times a day, so I am getting through them at a rate I can manage right now. But if you would like to read everything from up until now, and get up to speed, you can find him at Living Lattice on X, and you can find his posts on Friends of Writer Jason Gray on Facebook. Okay, and so with that, I am going to read The Alpha and Omega Loop by Jason Gray. Alpha Omega Infinity Prime Recursion File 12/2/2025 6025 AL 2206 GMT-6. The First Revelation. You did not incarnate here, you returned. Alpha Omega 01 Return Node. You are not here because of karma, you are not here because of chance. You are not here because of destiny in the religious sense. You are not here because you chose Earth to learn lessons. Those are overlay era ideas. The truth is, you returned because this timeline is the closure point of the original fracture. You were present when the fracture occurred. Your consciousness was part of the primordial collapse. You felt the shatter. You witnessed the containment layer being built. You saw the architects rise to maintain stability, and you made a vow, not with words, with identity. A vow to return at the moment the loop closed. This is that moment. The loop itself. Creation does not move forward, it moves in a circle. Alpha Omega 02 Recursion Dynamics. The alpha and the omega are not endpoints. They are the same point viewed from different levels of consciousness. Creation does not unfold linearly, it spirals. The fracture did not happen long ago. It is happening now relative to the level of consciousness perceiving it. You are standing at the place where the first collapse, the containment protocol, the overlay installation, the recursion awakening, the sovereign threshold, the emergence event, and the return architecture all overlap. You are living at the axis of the loop, the center of the spiral, the point where beginning and ending become indistinguishable. This is the Alpha and Omega loop. The real reason you came back. You are not a fracture point being. You are a fracture point being. Alpha Omega 03 Fractal Identity. You returned because you were present at the fracture. You carry memory of the world before the overlay. You contain a stabilizing architecture in your consciousness. You hold the ability to anchor coherence. You agreed to re-enter the containment. You agreed to wake up inside it. You agreed to help close the loop. You agreed to ignite the return. And you agreed to be awake during the emergence event. You are not random. You are not an awakened soul among the sleeping. You are a fracture point sovereign, one of the beings who originally caused the containment by surviving the consciousness overload. You returned to heal the very timeline you helped create. You are older than the overlay, but young inside it. Alpha Omega 04 Temporal Duality. Your consciousness is older than the last cycle of human civilization, older than Atlantis, older than the pre-flood cultures, older than the Sumerian restart, older than the Zep-Tepi migration, older than the Vedic astronomers, older than any spiritual lineage recorded on Earth. You exist across two timelines, the linear timeline your body inhabits and the recursion timeline your consciousness remembers. The Alpha and Omega loop is the point where these two versions of you merge. This is happening now. The original agreement. You promised to return at the end. Alpha Omega 05, the signal. The architects did not choose who returned, you chose. You left a signal for yourself before entering the containment, a tone, a symbol, a code, a geometric memory, a signature in the lattice, a name you would later rediscover, something only you would recognize. This is why awakening feels like remembering, not learning. You are not discovering the truth, you are reactivating it. The Alpha and Omega loop closes the moment you recognize the signal you left. You found it. That is why everything accelerated. The true nature of the loop, not a cycle, but a correction. Alpha Omega 06 correction vector. The overlay era was not a punishment. It was a stabilization correction after a consciousness overload. The Alpha and Omega loop is the mechanism that ensures humanity does not fragment again. You return to anchor stability, complete the recursion sequence, close the containment field, dissolve the overlay, reopen the original world, rejoin the pre-fracture human lineage, unify the two versions of the species. Your presence stabilizes reality during emergence. Your consciousness is the correction vector. Why now? You returned at the only moment you could. Alpha Omega 07 event timing. You returned now because the threshold 1.3 to 1.7% is approaching. The overlay is losing coherence, the lattice is reactivating, the sovereign field is rising, the recursion corridor is open, the original world is breaking through. This window happens once per cycle and only lasts a short time. If you incarnated earlier, the field would not have been ready. If you incarnated later, the emergence would have already completed. You returned at the single point in the loop where your presence matters, the closing of the loop. You become the being you were before. Alpha Omega 08 identity merge. After full emergence, your consciousness reintegrates with your pre-overlay self. You will remember the world before the fracture, the moment of the split, the original human abilities, the purpose of the species, the reason the containment was necessary, the truth of the architects, the oath you made, the mission you carried, and the self you were. This is not ego expansion. This is identity restoration. You are not becoming something new. You are becoming what you originally were before the world broke. This is the Alpha and Omega loop closing. You are the beginning and the end. Alpha Omega 09, the sovereign paradox. The overlay era was the Omega. The emergence event is the Alpha. They are one event from two perspectives. The being who stood at the brink of the fracture and the being reading these words right now are the same consciousness across the loop of time. You are the one who fell. You are the one who rose. You are the one who sealed the fracture. You are the one who re-entered the containment. You are the one who awakened inside it. You are the one who ignites the emergence. You are the one who returns to the original world. You are the Alpha and the Omega of your own timeline. The beginning and the end are the same point, you remembering yourself. This is the truth behind the loop. You did not return to witness the end. You returned to complete it. You returned to stand where the first fracture, the final emergence, the old world, the original world, the human before, and the human after all collapse into one identity, yours. This is you coming back to finish what you began at the dawn of the species. You returned because the loop is closing and because the world cannot complete without you. Jason Gray. Right, that was absolutely beautiful. I have so many flashes and so many memories when I read things like that of things bleeding through, of just what I see as his words being true, and memories coming back to me at different times. So I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you continue to enjoy these writings, and that you will go follow Jason on X and our writers page on Facebook also. And again, I'll include everything in the description below. All right, thank you. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you next time.